Hulk. Smash.
He can't be the Hulk. I'm the Hulk.
Oh, please. You couldn't even change into Bill Bixby.
Come on, damn it. Change. Forget it. I really did it once.
Yes. I just wished you had the power to leave my store.
We killed that.
You will bow down before me!
Right up in the crotch, man.
Hello, and welcome back to Big Screen Heroes. I'm Mark, and once again we have another solo episode, guys. Sorry about that. This one's going to be a little ambitious though. This is kind of a different mix-up than what we usually do, both with our commentaries and both with how we've handled our solo episodes previously. Usually we've just tackled the movies together, but obviously scheduling issues have come up, so this time, to keep to our schedule of lineups we want to have coming out, it's I've had to take the reins on this one and just do it on my own to make sure we have an episode released for you. Just to note, moving forward, we're trying to get every episode by Saturday now, so that kind of just gives us another day within the week instead of trying to cram it all off with the weekend kind of thing as we usually do. So yeah, it's me on my own again, but this time instead of just having audio, because the way my system, it's very dated, it works, it's not the best. So we seem to have luck with the last video where it was a camera and a microphone just set up here, and that actually seemed to work. So I'm going to try it again, see if lightning will strike twice, at least. Wait, might have just found a hiccup there. Hopefully that didn't mess up too bad. On my screen it seemed to freeze for a bit, so if the screen freezes, you know why. If not, and I'm just staring at the screen, I'm just looking at my monitor here. So yeah, I thought, you know what, I'll give it do something different this time. Actually give, I know it's not much unfortunately, but give like a visual audio commentary where I'll be watching the film, which is right behind where the camera's here. The film's right behind it. This week we're doing The Incredible Hulk. Obviously you can tell by the thumbnail, the title, and obviously if you found and watched our episodes I explained last week, we'll be doing it this week. Which is surprisingly, because this is the first video we've actually kept to schedule for a while, if this actually can come out as intended. Yeah, so trying something new, see if it works. But yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to work out, because usually with the solo episodes we've just tackled shorter ones, like Charles did Game of Thrones, which is only about an hour long. I did the Voltron pilot, which is about an hour long, and then last week I did a little sort of retrospective mini review-esque thing of phase 1 of the MCU. So this will be the longest of this. It'll be the longest solo episode, so that's going to be interesting to see if I actually carry a show for this long. I don't think I will, and unfortunately I think this episode might actually suffer, but who knows. I don't know, I haven't started the film yet. So yeah, doing The Incredible Hulk 2008, the second film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, probably the most unnecessary film in the universe at this point. Yeah, I think that's about it for little intros. Yeah, so see if we can get this to play. Playing in 3, 2, play. Okay, so if you synced up and actually watching along with me, the Universal logo should be appearing on the screen at the moment. Hopefully I've set this up correctly, so we'll have subtitles, despite the fact I can't wear the whole, excuse me, just sorry, with the screen setup is, it's still interesting to see the actual old Marvel logo. Actually, did they have studios at this point? Did I know? Yes, they had studios at this point. Yeah, where the whole setup is, we don't actually have. I can't actually see the subtitles, so it's really pointless. But yeah, the movie's on mute. I've seen this about 1 billion times, so it's not really. Oh. This is like every time I try to record, except for last week. I'm sick now. It's not fair for everyone involved. For me to have to record, for you, the audience, listening. Yeah, so it's interesting that so far only one of these actors has actually come back, that being William Hurt. And not for that, I was actually surprised of all the characters I thought we'd see again, General Ross would not be the one I think would tie over from this movie. I would have thought we'd seen Betty first, and then like maybe bring Ross back as like a secondary villain for like the next Avengers, where we'll give I thought then Hulk more of a storyline. Oh, just dropped there. I'll find it later. Probably be stuck to my shoe. So yeah, first and only appearance of Edward Norton as the Incredible Hulk. Well, as Bruce Banner. And I was actually really hit when they cut him out. Obviously, I've explained this a bit more in the last episode, but obviously we'll go into a bit more detail. Yeah, focusing on this film. Yeah, no. When they actually announced at Comic-Con that it was going to be Mark Ruffalo, I was hurt, mainly because I'd seen Edward Norton and other stuff, and I knew him from at least this Fight Club. I'd other films he'd done around the time. Not really more of his recent stuff, but that's around that era, but more like stuff he'd done right like near the 90s, that kind of those kind of films. And I hadn't. Okay, I'd seen. I don't know if that by that point, but I had seen Shutter Island. I can't remember exactly when that came out. But so that had Mark Ruffalo in, but I didn't know who he was. I didn't remember him, and it was not till years later that someone told me, "Oh, I love Shutter Island, the one with the Hulk in it," and it blew my mind that it was the Hulk. The Hulk was teaming up with Leonardo DiCaprio. But yeah, I still kind of miss Edward Norton. There's something about him that I prefer Ruffalo's Hulk. And I don't hate his banner, but there's something about Norton's banner that I like more. Yeah, if we got Ruffalo's Hulk mixed with Norton's banner, I think we'd get a fantastic character. But we have to live in this world where we got casting changes in films. So this obviously, no, he wouldn't be the first one. So far, he's like the only main actor. Everyone else is at very most been a supporting member. Like we got Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard's being swapped out for reverse those names. Terrence Howard got swapped out for Don Cheadle for War Machine. Who else have we had? Thandrell, I believe it was. So guys got swapped out for Zachary Levi in the Thor films, and I'm pretty sure there's another big one. Not that really that last one was quite big, but I feel like there's a big one, kind of more of an obvious one that I've missed. Oh well, it'll probably come to me if I remember it. Well, no, it's at least within this continuity of films. Obviously, we've had actors been swapped out for roles in loads of superhero movies. Like, ew, that's gross for your stomach. And we never see him do that again as the Hulk. They just got this guy to do weird stomach movements. Like, yeah, we'll film him for a bit. I'm kind of stuck with this guy. If he hulked out right now and they just destroyed this guy's living and his little dojo thing. It's interesting in this one. It's not exactly anger that brings it out. It's adrenaline, but like obviously he produced. He maybe not. Oh my god, Banner produces more. Ah, the words, I just had it then. Oh my god, I actually can't think of the word I literally just said a few seconds ago. Oh well, I'll come back to that one when I remember it. This retains the juice. We see the retains the cameo in Ant-Man. So technically this that came first. Also, I kind of get why he doesn't take this promotion that he offers him, because obviously he's on the run. But I don't think, like, you know, head of bottle company is going to be on the FBI's most wanted radar. Ooh, the blood doesn't hold up as well. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it does land at the bottom and Stanley gets it, that was it. I'm trying to think how this... Because I know he maps up some bit, but there's a tiny bit still left in the bottle. Yeah, I'm sorry, no, you check all the bottles around that. I'm sorry. You have to move one out the way to get to it. I guess that would work. Thank God he gets super glue. Yeah, that's pretty obvious that the blood... Ew. Yeah, so I know that no one's noticed that. No, I guess it's just been pumped through the machines like that. I guess you wouldn't. I don't know. No, I've worked on a conveyor belt line, so yeah, I guess you don't actually really pay attention to. Depending on what station you're on, you don't actually have to pay attention to every single little thing that comes through. It's just more the general productivity that's coming through. Make sure the majority are at least coming through decent. So we got creepy Latin American Lloyd Kaufman. Yes, this character never comes back again. This female character he's trying to save. The show's like he's got an interest, but then I don't think she has another scene. Oh, he hangry. Adrenaline. Oh my god! Why couldn't I think of that word? Oh, yeah. It's what I was getting at. It's maybe. Because but surely it'd be more than just. It's kind of implied it's not only the rage that will bring out the Hulk, as long as there's adrenaline's high, but I'm pretty sure there's other things that bring out adrenaline. Just go for, surely that. I don't know. I could just look it up. The computer's right here. I could just type in what causes adrenaline, but. I don't know, it just seems... Obviously they have to make it... It's the Incredible Hulk. It's a character that's been around since the 60s. you've got to. Its origin's always been because of. Actually, no, it wasn't always because it was angry. It used to be like a werewolf kind of thing, where it was a full moon kind of thing, or just at least at night. Excuse me. But then obviously they changed it to whenever he's angry. I'd assume to get so it's like he'd have more adventures in the day. So it's been part of the character for so long. And obviously you have to make it because you know they've made him angry, so he's going to become the Hulk. But to add this other element of it's the adrenaline that causes it to bring like a real world esque science to it, which I get what they're trying to do. Iron Man had literally just come out before, so at this point they weren't going full blooded. I'm right, there's blood on the screen. They weren't going full blown super weird sci-fi yet, like they do. Like once Thor gets there, Guardians of the Galaxy, even the Avengers films. Like these ones, like Iron Man 1, this one, and if you can get by some of the history change stuff and like some magical elements, it's mostly Captain America stays true to like a real world aesthetic. But then everything else, like once like Thor steps in, once Thor steps in, even Iron Man 2's a bit. No, I guess Iron Man 2 still classes real world scientist. Iron Man 3 gets a bit there, Thor again. I guess it just really depends on the character really, and like where their loyalties lie, whether they're more science, they're more magic, or sci-fi. What was that? I don't know if I just missed that. I think that was the bit where he writes David Banner, which was interesting. That they brought that little thing back up. What is it? In the original TV show, it's Stan the Manly. So, interesting thing is this the point where he gets the superpower to become immortal and like time travel to the Watchers? I was going to say the Watchmen then, it's like, nope, he hasn't got there yet. He'll probably get there before Alan Moore does, but now here we have Tim Roth playing Emil Blonsky as the most British Russian man ever. Oh, that's the guy from Spartacus. Been loads of other stuff as well. Remember from Spartacus though. So yeah, I kind of like Blonsky's character in this. He's not, one of those big mind-blowing villains that be like, oh, he changed everything, like the Joker, or pretty much any other villain. His goal is just literally, I want to be better than the Hulk. But that's an interesting goal to strive to be, to be better than. So yeah, when I saw this film, day one of release, remember it was me, Charles, and another friend of ours that actually went to see this on the release date. And I always remember about this date, we had to walk both there and back, and to this cinema we went to, it was a little cinema that was quite out the way. It's either you had to do the long walk, which we did, or at least from my place you had to get at least 2 buses. For Charles that would have been even more buses, and it probably would have been not the same as maybe about 2 for the other friend we were with. I was like, no, we can't be bothered with that, we'll just walk. We'll all meet up and walk there. just made it in time. I think we might have just missed the trailers, but I still remember actually watching the opening credits to the film. And then when we walked back from the cinema, because we were like, no, we'll just walk. I think we were going to get the bus, but it's like, no, can't be bothered. It's a nice day, nice sunny day, like it is today. Which might be, hopefully this isn't too blinding on like this side of the screen. Looking at this monitor, the way it's angled, it's got like a weird effect to it. So it looks this side looks pure white. So hopefully this actually won't come up for the actual video. No, actually looking closer, it doesn't look that too bad actually. But yeah, we were walking back, and I mainly remember they were talking about this game series that they played called Metal Gear Solid, which I remember playing the first one for a bit, but it was, for some reason, it was a demo and I could never get the demo to work. And they were, it's like, oh, well, you've got to play this game, it's so good. And they explained the entire story of Metal Gear Solid 1, which, to anyone who's played that game, knows that that's not a short story. And it took us the entire walk from the cinema back to our house for them to explain what the story was for Metal Gear Solid. And I think the next day, or like a few days after, we had like a games night kind of thing, and we pretty much spent the entire day playing Metal Gear Solid 2, and that was like, in 2008, that was my introduction to the Metal Gear Solid franchise because of the Incredible Hulk. I'm gonna assume that was still tranquilized that, otherwise, yeah, he just shot a dog. Oh wait, no, she does come back actually. That's still about as creepy as if it was someone he didn't know. Yeah, no, that's just creepy. Either that or I'm doing it really wrong. Yeah, so never really had to run from anyone. Like being like wanted by SAS forces and all that kind of situation. Like on a manhunt. I'm pretty sure I get trying to cover at least your face partially. I'm pretty sure the hat would work. You don't need a hat and a hood. Or even still, like, it always feels like these characters should just hide somewhere. They always seem to be like, oh, I'm gonna risk going out in the open, and it's always they have to do a big long chase like this. When in a situation they could have just found somewhere to hide, and the soldiers would have like, ah, oh, he's moved on, let's get this way. Like he's somehow passed us. That guy's dead. And this is turned into a, which one was it? Fast and Furious 5. He's gonna get chased down by the Rock, smash through all those houses. Sorry. All day, very little sleep. I do apologise. Get that Coke sponsorship. Oh, okay, no, they do at least address the running as well. Okay, I get it. It has been a very long time since I've seen this film. I established, like I said in the last week's episode, like the little Marvel retrospective. This is one of those films that I don't know why. I see it for all its flaws. I get why people don't like it, but it's one of those films I just find so enjoyable that I can watch it immediately after. Once it's all wrapped up, the credits have played, I can just go back to the main menu and press play again and watch it beginning to end all over again. Like, I don't know what it is about this film. It's like I said, the other one. I don't know if it's the pacing or just the atmosphere of the film or whatever. It's just really fun. It's fun to find I'm yawning, but obviously I'm not getting the full experience to entice me into this universe because I'm watching it muted, and obviously I can't see any of the subtitles at all, which is where the laptop is. So I've seen it enough times to know what the plot is. It's just there, like the little tiny details I've probably forgotten. So, about a few minutes away from actually getting our first somewhat look at the Hulk. I think that's what I like about this one. While a lot of it is Banner, which obviously a Hulk film should be, there is quite a lot of Hulk still. And he gets the Hulk gets some decent scenes, and it's not just action scenes like it was in Avengers. And Avengers 1 and 2, it's just action scenes, and even Banner doesn't do that much. And the original Hulk film was just very boring. Like, completely boring. And I think that's why, like, this is like the most we actually see of the Hulk, in the sense of both action and emotion, and not just emotion just like through Banner. Like, there's that whole bit in the rain with the cave, which obviously will show up in like about an hour or so. Actually, how long is this movie? I feel this one's actually on the shorter end. Oh, no memento. I'm all up. Oh no, so it's just under 2 hours. About the length of a normal movie. Oh, I don't think they did that actually that often. The green eyes. Because I remember it sort of being a bit of a big deal that they brought it back in Age of Ultron. Which is, I don't understand why they wouldn't have done that in the first Avengers. Want to get that Nike sponsorship? Or Nike, whatever it's called. Yeah, nah, I don't give a crap about brands. Like with clothing. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's all stupid and weird. And that was what I dropped. Ew. It was gum and now I'm sat in it. Hooray. How joyous of joys. Oh, there's pencil for the wash. Some of these socks. Oh, it's all on my slipper. Now I'm angry. Only when I get angry, I don't turn into a Hulk, I turn into a whiny little bitch. How long? That's not too bad. 20 minutes into the film, we get the Hulk. Oh, that's a cool shot. We don't get to see him completely yet. It's still like in tease, but it's not. It's not like like Ang Lee's Hulk, where it feels like 2 hours before we even get to see a hint of him. And even then, it's like his reveal is nothing. This is like you get a sense of scale, you get a sense of power. you get little teasers of like the feet and the hands coming through the shadow, and then I think later you get to see a somewhat decent look of his face without getting like a full body shot till like that shows up later on. Not sure what I'm like about like actual Hulk designs. I'm not sure which one I like more actually, this one or Avengers Hulk. You'll see Avengers Hulk actually looks like Ruffalo, and it looks more Hulk, but this one I like the rage that you can actually get from this version. It's also like a weird off green. It's like not too cartoony. Because obviously Ang Lee's Hulk was really cartoony because it was just bouncing around like it was Bugs Bunny or something. Actually Bugs Bunny doesn't really bounce actually. It does like the weird little hop thing, but not like... Who am I thinking of? It's not really a cartoon character in that sense, but more like, he was more like a Zebedee kind of character. He looks like he was on springs. That's gonna be annoying. Gum everywhere. Oh yeah, I forgot this one actually sets up Captain America as well. One thing that's I'll get to that bit when we're actually at that scene, because otherwise I'll get myself stuff to run out of speaking very quickly, and my god, that was awful English from me then. I speak very good, very good. Can't you tell? Oh yeah, sorry, that gum's really got on my nerves now. That's stuck over. What was I getting at before then? Oh yeah, but the Hulk's colouring. Like, I like this one. If they're going for like a kind of more of a real world-esque look, I think I prefer this Hulk. Because when you see like the trailers for Thor Ragnarok and we get the new Hulk look, I get that that whole film is very colourful and bright, but that Hulk just seems really obviously not there. I don't know, it might because it's still a trailer, like the effects haven't been put in yet. Like completely, like all the Transformers trailers are never completed. Like there's always like 20,000 robots fighting in the background that you never actually see in the trailer versions of those scenes. So, you know, there's still time to improve. It's still got to like October over here. Which the week before this release, we will have, hopefully, and our schedules and all that, we will have our Thor review by that point. So that means between now and like mid-October, that'll be Iron Man 2 review by us. That'll probably be a September one, but like one a month kind of thing. And then hopefully by the very last week of this year, we'll have Avengers. So like in between October and New Year's, Captain America will also be released. Like our plan at the moment is to have all of Phase 1 of the Marvel films finished by the end of this year. hopefully we can do it both together, and hopefully this is just a one-off. A one-off for like the one movie that doesn't really count anymore. I mean, obviously it counts, but it's the fact that people still need to question whether it's part of the actual canon or not, and it's still like nearly 10 years on. You know, it's still interesting. I think this is the bit we'll actually play like the walking away theme that's like at the end of every episode of the original Incredible Hulk TV show, which I've never seen. I've got some of the movies of, like the actually I think I've got all the movies actually. I haven't seen any of them though, because I just want to own them just for the sake of owning them, not to actually watch. But man, they look bad. Pretty sure they're fine, but it's like it looks really dated. You got really awful looking Thor, season 1 of Daredevil looking Daredevil, and then obviously Lou Ferrigno painted green. I do like how they still keep getting them back to do like voices for the Hulk. There we go. I think this is the we get a bit of more of a hint towards Captain America and like stuff like at this point that will be stuff to come down will be shown further down the line. Oh. How old are you, son? 56? 25, sir. I'm very Russian, can't you tell? Oop. Accidentally pushed the screen. Alright, so if they've got the super soldier serum, what are they actually waiting for? Like, why were they sending Banner to do experiments? I guess maybe he didn't know what it was, but it's like even they were sending him. They knew what the experiments were going to be. But if they already had one, why? Surely you can analyse it to find out what's actually in it. And why not make another Captain? If they still have one, why not make another Captain America? I guess obviously it was part of like, ideally it could only be if Steve could have been the only one because he was like good of heart at the same time. And obviously the way this no, you don't scream. The way the serum works, it's it doesn't just bring the best out of you in the sense of like physical attributes, it's also like mental attributes. So like if you're a sick, twisted person, you become a sick and twisted figure, which is obviously something that happens to Blonsky in this one, when obviously it happened to Red Hood. Yes, it happened to the Red Hood, and that's why the Batman had to kill him. We don't know. Oh, where are we going with this one? Sorry, Red Skull I meant to say. But obviously with Blonsky, it's the mix with the gamma radiation that turns him not only sort of Red Skullish, but also Hulkish. So it is. It's kind of interesting now. We wonder if that was actually his the abomination design was actually done on purpose. Like this early on. Like I could see them do if they decide to bring him in after First Avenger, after they'd established the super soldier serum law. I could see them doing that to be like, oh, it matches the style of what other characters have been exposed to. Like, oh, so at least other villainous characters. But essentially, you could still maybe draw. Oh my god! Words! Why you escape me? Yeah, I don't know where I was. My brain's completely farted. Stanley's, I get it. And hopefully the world does too. And it's gotta be a pizzeria because he's in New York. Hey, you're closed, but forget about it. Let me in. It's me, this guy you apparently knew. I don't think we established this. Or if we do, it's not that good. Whose accent am I doing? Is this meant to be Banner or the old guy? I don't even know anymore. I hope it sounds horrible on audio because it sounds like a decent accent to me. Where is this going? It sounded Australian now. What? Oh, I'm getting really lightheaded. I can't breathe through my nose, so it's not all the oxygen's getting up there. Also, they're talking a lot, trying to fill the dead air. Probably killing it as well. And it's a very awkward way to ride a bike. Now, they played smart. Like, despite the fact it's probably in a completely different area in New York. Spider-Man Homecoming 2, whatever it's going to be called. We get Peter a part-time job working at Stanley's. Bring that character back. Obviously, you have him getting a part-time job with Jameson as well, the Daily Bugle. But get him his pizza job at the same time. So we can have the line, "Hey, you stole that guy's pizza!" What are you doing here? You're not here for science. You have pizza. You're here for partying. This is a place of science. It's me, Skeletor Nerd. I hope you like science. Pizza science. It's delicious. I hear when you try to Google yourself and nothing comes up. And you realize, oh wait, I've been off the grid for years, of course nothing would come up. It'd be interesting to see if that's the fact that he's called Mr. Blue is actually an early Easter egg the fact that Samuel Stern will become the leader. Hey, it's you two, the other twos I knows. I'm running into everybody. Get out of my way. I'm making pizza. Look, we got Coca-Cola over here. Look up to Stanley's Pizza. Yeah, our pizza's so good you'll go Excelsior, motherfucker. Where's this accent going? I still don't know. Hey, I watched you lady walking out there with your black stare on your face. You could just ask, but no, you gotta look like a Gorm. Probably not a New York word at all. It's probably just local here. Hopefully I can retire this accent too before it gets out of hand. There we go, exactly. Hide. See, they're gonna double back around and think, oh, we've missed them. Because otherwise they'd see you at the other end of the hallway. You're like, I gotta run after him, and then they run and it's a chase scene. Obviously, different context. Hey, I know nothing about that guy who was here last night asking for a job. Oh wait. You said nothing. There's probably me out of this movie now. Farewell. Hopefully Pizza Skeletor will be back to entertain you guys. Yes! Yeah, Skeletor even. With me, Norman Osborn, the father. Avenge me! And then we can have a team of all my weird characters. New York Pizza Guy, Nerd Skeletor, and Norman Osborn. And hopefully the longer this episode goes, the loopier I get. Oh no, I'm gonna have to... oh god, I'm actually choking on. So there. I could actually die and this becomes a snuff film. Okay, so he's just got after all the old stuff he lost. All the old data even. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what was going on, so I had to piece together what was going on there. Okay, here we go. Here's the actual Super Soldier Serum from Captain America. What confused me is they've still never explained, despite the fact they had the perfect opportunity with Agent Carter, because they set it up. It's like, where did they get this other vial from? Because there's like 4, there's like maybe sort of like 5 altogether that we see in Captain America, Best Avenger. They use 4 of them on him. So, okay, so apparently somehow all 4 need to be used to make Captain America, but only 1. Oh, okay, whatever. It's probably something they didn't think about later on. They're still questioning whether to actually make this movie canon. So they use about 4 of them. Thor and Oakenshield steals one. They go down to Liverpool docks. They scrap for a bit. He drops it, destroying the 5th one. And that's established that that was the last of the serums within that movie. We then establish in Agent Carter that Howard Stark kept some of Steve's blood so that they could possibly recreate the super soldier serum, which gave them an out. It's like, oh, maybe someone got a hold of it later on and made at least one more. Like, there was enough DNA within that one to extract one more blue vial. But then she throws it in the river. So unless someone saw that, picked it up, and then they were just said they have enough to extract at least one. But thankfully that one is enough. It's one of those big plot holes that they've yet to fix. But thankfully, because it only really shows up in this movie, and it's not one that people really pay attention to, it's forgot about. Oh god. I hope you like needles, folks, because that's a big one. So surely you could get Stark's help at this point. Just say you've got one of these things and you need help building the same kind of equipment his dad made to make a super soldier for America. Not really making a weapon in the sense of making nukes. It's making a hero for America. That's all he needs to say. Rework the words. But now they've got to, instead of doing a weird sci-fi tube from the 40s, we've got to track him down and go all medieval and poke him in the back. Here we go. So what time are we on now? Okay, so we're probably just before the hour mark before we actually see the first full screen look at the Hulk. Which to it is usually about how these films work. It's usually about the hour point where the superheroes actually put on their costume for the first time and you actually see it in full. Usually, obviously not every film does that, obviously sequels don't. On your left, on your left, on your left, on your right, on your left. Listen, that was a very awkward, empty library, except there are actually a few people in there. It was just mostly empty. They had like enough room for 2 extras. I hope I can hope this out fully later. I hope my Hulk stomach doesn't digest this. No, I think the Hulk had to go poop. Would the poop then become Hulk size? Or would it stay the same size poo of what Banner would poop? Because the food in his stomach wouldn't change and grow in size. But if it was a case of Banner's on the toilet and he runs out of toilet paper and he gets really angry that no one stocked it up, turns into the whole, and it's a situation where the Hulk has to poop, but not in a case of, oh, he probably wouldn't need to because he'd need to eat more. Situation of the poop is out of his butt already. It's all diarrheaed. Would it be a tiny poo, or would it turn Hulk size as well? Food for thought, guys. Food for thought. And let's get ready to rumble. Wait, might have called that a bit too soon. Now let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, not a fan of the longer hair. Needs to be a tiny bit shorter. Then it wouldn't have. Actually, I think people would have a problem at all if it was just the tiniest bit shorter. Yeah, I think I prefer also William Hurt's look in this film as well. For some reason, the black moustache doesn't work. Like, I don't know how, with as clean faced as I am, I don't know how moustaches actually work. I've never really met in person an older guy who has a big white moustache like General Rossman is meant to have. So I'm not actually sure like how when it goes white, does it stay white or does it actually go black like it does in Civil War? Or is he dyeing it? Yeah, but I definitely prefer it all full white compared to what it was in Civil War. Oh yeah, this could be, technically this is happening about if this is like the same day just earlier on where in Iron Man 2, yeah, I think at this point currently Stark is building the new triangle arc reactor. I used to back before before phase 2 was actually officially started. I started the project where I was asked, oh my god, wait, why? I was doing a little project where I was actually editing all the Marvel films together in chronological order, like throwing in the one shots as well, like mixing them in, like, you know, at the end of this fight, like Tony might have just finished building the arc reactor, but just before this fight we'll have the montage showing that he's building it, kind of thing, to be, and then it'll cut to Thor angry at Asgard, like just before he's about to, like the Frost Giants, because it was established in the comic book Furious Big Week that over the course of that week, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, Thor, and then the opening for Captain America all happened within 1 week. so it's really interesting how they keep the continuity, because we do then see later in the cave scene after, like, during this night. Yeah, later on in this day that we're currently in within the film, there's like a lightning strike that the Hulk gets angry at, and that technically you could argue could be Thor, because that would have been around the time Thor landed on Earth during his banishment. I like all this ways. Hulk just going around destroying the army stuff. Because obviously we've had to make him more of a hero to be like, for him to play along with the Avengers. That we don't really get to see that much death and destruction from him. Obviously he destroys a lot in the first Avengers when he's let loose by mistake. But it's all contained within the SHIELD helicarrier. And, ooh, that's grim. I believe that guy's playing Doc Samson. In the comic, becomes a really big muscular guy with green hair, as every Doctor should have. It's the next progression from Nerd Skeletor to actual Skeletor. So in fact, Doc Samson actually looks more like a He-Man kind of guy. It seems like that did actually help this Hulk's design. Yeah, okay, I think what helps this Hulk, in my opinion, is it's more the angry looks. When this Hulk's angry, you know he's angry, but it's every other scene where he's not got a scowl on his face that kind of ruins the whole look of it. And then it went to night, and this rain suddenly opened up out of nowhere. That perfectly cloud-free sky. I must go now, my planet needs me. I always remember walking out of that house with a stupid little yellow raincoat. So I'm thinking of another film. I think there was also meant to be extra scenes where Bruce is talking to Doc Samson here. So I think it's in the trailer that they obviously cut. Like a similar dialogue sorry, to this scene that's going on now, but I believe, but he's like more Doc Samson's trying to help him. Takes the camera a bit, get more relaxed. Relax and more checks it all cool. Or should some people outside out of school? Yes, I know I horrifically messed up those lyrics, but don't really care. Do what I want. Yeah, so but it just is like all the lightning going on at this point it's caused by Thor being banished from Asgard. Interested if we actually ever get Betty back in the films. Because if not, I think she'll be like the longest disappearing character they'll have at this point. Like it'll be over 10 years. I remember when this came out, everyone was trying to like. Obviously, they'd announced it was part of the MCU, the cinematic universe they were establishing. I don't think it was called the MCU at that point. But it's like at some point we want to get every superhero involved in this, so everyone must look for the tiniest little Easter eggs. I remember one of them being, you can see Thor's face in the clouds in this point. Hence why people thought it was Thor. But then obviously when you actually put the timeline together, it actually could be Thor. But it's like the face in the cloud. It's so. I mean, you've got to have the greatest imagination ever to even stretch it that far to see Thor's face. Yeah, no, there's one. I remember there's one right towards the end where everyone's like, "Oh look, I could see such a character in this scene." And I'll point it out. It's during the Abomination fight right at the end, and it's oh my god, it's not. I can't. It's one of you can't actually tell if it was meant to be real, or someone actually believed they could see something in that scene. Hey, it's me, Bullseye from the Daredevil. Take that, you fly. I want a fucking costume. What am I doing with this? He was Irish. I wasn't even. Oh my god. Got to that point now with. I think it actually could be a lack of oxygen kind of situation. I feel very drowsy. It's because I can't breathe through my nose properly. More Coca-Cola. Could you look any less like a homeless guy? I mean, you seem fine every other night. Ah, Vietnam! Oh, we always saw some Hulk ass. It's okay. I finished having my Rambo moment in the shower. Also, I'm pregnant. Can't you see by this test? It's a Hulk. Oh, get it? Because he wears purple. Well, heaven forbid he wears the only stretchy pants around for miles. Which those stretchy pants are nice. Yeah, so we see technically this is going on during the very end of Iron Man 2, where Nick Fury's talk to him in that warehouse, because we see that news report playing in the background. I do apologize. Oh god. Oh, I apologise for that as well. I do apologise about the more dead air than what we usually have in these episodes. So usually it'd be more filled up with me and Charles talking banterish style. And obviously this, what were we up to? What was that? That was a pen, don't worry. Oh, that raced my adrenaline just like it's doing his. Here we go. Yeah, see, normally by this point, in like our other reviews we've done with solo ones, we've wrapped up and said everything we need to say. So this is what I was worried about, where we said we might run out of stuff to talk about earlier on. Obviously, you can still talk about stuff that's going on within the film, but it's the longer the scenes go on for, that could either be a blessing or a curse. Like whether I've said, if like there's any more I need to say on said scene, I could say everything I need to in one sentence, and it goes on for 5 minutes. Oh, I need a drink as well. Anything, water, booze, bleach, I'll take whatever's available. Dying of thirst. And of cold. Bloody August as well. How have I got a cold in August? Hey, stop trying to get his Hulk rocks off. You know what'll happen. Unless you're into that. What is this ancient technology? Is this Windows 5? As in, the 5th Windows ever made? Actually, technically, is it? Actually, I don't know actually how that works. Ah, here we go. Shield. Cameos. Was there... Well, obviously the numbers never really meant anything because they skipped Windows 9, didn't need them, went straight to 10. But was like XP and like 98, like could they be snipped like Windows 4 and 5 and so on, like the early numbers before we got to Windows 7? I'll have to look that up actually. Something I don't actually know about computers, which, yeah, that's very, very likely. Because I hate computers, and computers hate me. Hence we have to try and find new ways to bring lovely videos to our lovely audience. This old thing wants to kill itself. Take me with it. Well, I know I'll go for a big long sleep after this episode's finished recording, because my body needs it. Either that or food. Probably more food though. It's interesting that they never actually. Maybe it was still too early, like in like the comic book era, where you don't really want to give your villains a silly name. But there's no Easter egg or reference to the fact that Samuel Stearns will become the leader. Like it's not like his code name is called Mr. Blue, or he's called Dr. Stearns. That's like later on in the film they call there's a quick line to say Blonsky will become an abomination, not that he will become the abomination. They just use the word itself as an Easter egg. So yeah, that's gonna help the. Wait, did they get there by taxi or no, they actually drove this. They just caused the roadblock even more by actually just parking there. Okay, so wait. Are they not in New York? So where was the university then? Well, the entire movie was set there. Oh no. My pizza guy is not gonna be in New York. Spider-Man can't beat him. Now the pizza guy's got a code. But thank God, taxi guy's here to save the day. This guy's bloody Australian as all hell. We call him Hugh Jackman. Yeah, that's how Australian he is. Not even worth using a pun, they just call him Hugh Jackman. So yeah, like I said before, I can't actually see where the subtitles are, so I actually don't know where that university was actually meant to be. Oh no, it's the Mole Man. Yeah, the guy's kind of has bad luck in the sense of getting supervillain roles, but not actually getting to play said supervillains. Like he's the leader in this one, and then he's Mole Man in Fantastic Four from a few years ago. And this one just never got a sequel, and they kill off Mole Man in Fantastic Four. But he's just some guy. He's not even remotely Mole Man-esque. You could tell I'm Mr. Blue because I wear lots of blue shirts. Okay, we're going to get to a bit in a second that actually goes, kind of contradicts what I was, no, not contradicts, actually more helps what I was getting at before with the, why they've only got one left, Super Soldier Serum. Obviously I was more complaining about how they even have one to begin with, because technically all of them are destroyed. But more in the sense of why only have one left? Like, why not use it to make more? You can just scan it and like find out what's actually it's made of. You know, find out it's made of abomination juice. So maybe that's what you needed all for to get your full potential quicker. Because technically he's turning into more of a Red Skull kind of situation at the moment. But because he only took the one, it's not as instantaneous. So he's slowly getting warped, and obviously the introduction to like this machine, like the gamma blasts, is what sets it off and turn him into the Abomination. Yeah, this is definitely one of those episodes where it's definitely going to help to watch the movie with, just because there's a lot of dead air with this one, I'm afraid. Really, I've tried to think of stuff to say, but it's stuff I've already touched upon, or stuff that's only going to last a second, so it's not even worth talking about to kill time. I'll shock him already. It's alive! Yeah, that's all gross with the weird proportions there. Yeah, Hulk looks weird with little tiny human arms. Also, why is this one taking so long? Shoot her! Shoot her with all that shit up in her blood. Not much to talk about, I'm afraid. Sorry, guys. I really wish there was. Yeah, they just electrocuted them, pumped them full of the stuff. If I could see the subtitles, I might even be able to talk about what's actually pumping them with, but my brain don't remember that bit. Oh jeez, heaven forbid we've already set up that this Hulk is going to be tied to the cinematic universe. The fact that he's still going to have a final fight in this movie. I wonder if the Hulk's gone forever. These are my test experiments. I've tested them on dogs. It's my bulldog, my poodle, and my Rottweiler. Was that the other one Nick Nolte had? Basically the Hulk dogs from Hulk. Was that meant to be a little Easter egg then? When he walks through that weird mirror and his face is all oddly proportioned. I'd be interested if that's meant to be an Easter egg, but it would have been better if they actually get the angle to actually make it look at his head and actually went taller. Shut this all down because I don't like people having fun in this film. I want to be the only Hulk, but I don't want to be the Hulk. Go, Moscow man, go! Despite you being very British. Dude, yours is too much. Slap the Hulk out of you, bitch. Kiss him on that bristly mustache of his. So no, there was only two of them in that room. Go and hear it, but I still like that line. I'm just breaking this pen in every which way it would loose. To the fight! I gotta get to the fireworks factory. Okay, but his happens immediately. Yeah, that's gross. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we finally get the origin story that we always wanted to Megamind. His super intelligence, hates heroes, and his code name in this movie was Mr. Blue. You know it to make sense. He did a big jump and then a little skip out of the way of the camera. So yeah, according to the Fury's Big Week comic, Black Widow was actually snuck in around this point into Stane's office and actually fights him. So while all this is going on the ground back in that office, Scarlett Johansson's kicking butt. Okay, so I assume he's probably just went mad with power. Don't get his turn though, like why he's now turned on the army, and why he hates General Ross. I mean, he wanted this. He wanted all this superpower. Yeah, despite what it brought up earlier though, about how this design could actually work in the MCU, like it's kind of a mix between like a Red Skull and a Hulk. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this design for Abomination. I do prefer like more like a more of aquatic look he's kind of got in the comics. I get why they kind of went with this design now. It's just not my cup of tea. I've been beckoned. And it was nothing. Stupid Twitter. Some effects like that just don't look that good. I get this is nearly 10 years old. You know, you'll get films from last year that have bad effects, but it is a shame every time when you do see how a film just doesn't hold up anymore. Especially when you see it be like, this is the best you could physically get with a computer. And then in 5 years it's obsolete. Why is this gonna be the only way they can get them down? I get that it's meant to be a cool shot, and it's meant to lead to tension, like whether if he will survive or not, with whether the Hulk's gone or not. Also, they just happened to be on that road where Abomination was. Jumping off a plane, and then the other guy spat me back out. Oh, one Hulk down for me. Oh, he lives! Damn it! Machine gun him! And then when he turns back into, by now it's all just broken bones, he's dead. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the most iconic shot that they'll never stop using to promote this film. Well, in fact, they're no longer promoting this film, but it's everywhere. Yes, I think it's one of these scenes here. I think it's this scene coming up right. That one. Might have just missed it then. It's one of those shots where they're running up towards each other. Apparently, you can see Daredevil in it. Because a piece of debris flies up. And apparently, it's man-shaped and has to be Daredevil. That was the, yeah. I remember looking up to find out all the Easter eggs I could, and I remember seeing that was one of them. And even as a stupid teenager, I was like, no, that don't work. That don't work for me. What does work though is car boxing gloves for the Hulk. I do love this. That's probably one of the best fight scenes Marvel has, actually. Well, he's destroyed some little old lady's apartment. Oh no, that was just some guy. Probably some little old lady next door though. She's probably dead underneath a Hulk. Oh, forget about civilians. There's a Hulk involved. It's okay, we don't need to worry about civilian casualties. Until Man of Steel. We've still got 5 years, guys. 5 years before we need to worry about that. Ooh, it's gross. Oh no. The odds of like everyone else is in seatbelts, strapped in, secure. The only two people who aren't are the only two that survive. I get that it's a trope in movies and it happens all the time. Doesn't mean it's not an annoying one. Yeah, how deep into this are we? It's the helicopter. Yeah, despite what I was saying before though, like I can watch this movie 1,000 times over. Definitely helps with the sound. Just gonna kill you already then. And where is it? Where is it? Oh, I thought he broke his arms. I'll give you big applause. Yeah, no, that's probably killed them way before the fire would have got to them. Why would you forget about that? Now he's the absorbing man. Let's try a wrecking ball. Or is he part of the wrecking crew actually? Who is he trying to be? Purity God. Just why is it so hard for the films to just have him say that? No, we got him to say Purity God instead of Hulk Smash. Oh no, the second one we can't even have him say any words at all. Thank God he's at least speaking in Ragnarok. No, that's the bit when he snaps it off. That, yeah. Bleh. I know it's all fake and two computer models hitting each other over and over again. Still gross to have the idea of bones snapping and being ripped off. Yeah, I'm gonna call kind of bull on this. Hulk flees now to run off into the wilderness and leaves him in the custody of the police and the the few remaining army generals. Still alive, just unconscious. He's one of the few villains that actually lives past the first film. But yet, it's clear that he's stronger than the Hulk, because the Hulk has to use tools to beat him. And yet these guys have never caught the Hulk. So how are they going to contain... I get that it's establishing Fury's big weak, that it's S.H.I.E.L.D. But yet, what with if S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't come up and be like, oh, well, take this guy off your hand and put him in a maximum security prison, what was General Ross going to do? Oh, the paparazzo. I must be going. Farewell! My Hulk planet needs me. Just in a few more movies at least, it will need me. Hulk out. Yeah, I hate when my camera just decides to switch on to let me know it's dying. Why did you leave that on? They're going to establish later, in continuity with Agent S.H.I.E.L.D., that it's not just some random bunker in the middle of the, like this little cabin in the middle of the woods. It's like a fortified bunker designed by S.H.I.E.L.D. So in case he hulks out, he should hulk out in there. There we go. There's the David Banner reference. Remind me of the day I almost got to see boobs again. And now we learn his horrifying secret. That he's always angry. And here we have our after credit sequence, where it was bumped up to a pre-credit sequence, probably so people wouldn't miss this one like most people probably missed the Nick Fury scene from Iron Man. Speaking of which, here's the man of the hour. I feel like I actually had to add in the little one shot to explain what this scene is actually about. Yeah, for those who don't know, it turns out that the World Council who are signing off the Avengers Initiative want the Abomination on the team, who's in General Ross's custody somehow. But then they send but obviously S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't want Abomination, so they send Tony Stark as a distraction to pretty much send him in there to want to buy the Abomination, but annoy Ross that much that he would never sell it to start. He would never sell the Abomination to Stark or S.H.I.E.L.D. So that way they can recruit the Hulk later. So yeah, that was the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, there's not to the end of this, so we're probably going to wrap up the episode before the actual credits ends, because there's not too much left to talk about. Actually, I don't think I've got anything left to talk about at all. I'm afraid I've actually... This episode's kind of wore me out, I'm not going to lie. I don't think it ended up being a bad episode, it was just more the second half become... There was a lot of look at dead air, unfortunately. Which I do apologise for. I knew that was going to happen, but I wasn't expecting it to be that much. But, lessons to be learned. Hopefully next time there'll be two of us again instead of another solo episode, because it's been me for the last 3 episodes now. And actually not sure what next week's one is actually. I think we've got a random choice for that one, because we've not got... It was one of the very few which we've got not scheduled. So, new episodes will now be out hopefully every Saturday. So hopefully by next Saturday you'll find out what this mystery film is, and hopefully then we'll know what this next mystery film is. So yeah, you can like us on Facebook. We've got our own page there. Just search for Big Screen Heroes. You can follow us on Twitter at Big Screen Heroes. You can like and subscribe, all that jazz. Leave a comment. Want to know what we could do better? Obviously, I know what we can do better, but if there's anything else that we didn't think of, give your thoughts and opinions. So I think that's really it. I really can't think of anything else we could add to this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I really got distracted. I was trying to honestly think of something else I could say there. Is it? I'm Mark. Just me on my own once again. This is Big Street Heroes, signing off.